It would be great if that dog would stop barking. Yeah. So it says we're live. Wait till we get some comments coming in here. What's going on, guys and gals? That's right, the security guard. I changed it up a little bit. I went and got a beanie today. Bet y'all can't guess who I'm trying to be. No, I was out shopping at these outlet malls today. I love Metallica. I saw this Metallica beanie. Oops. It's getting cold out, so snatched it up. Yeah, sometimes it says offline. You know, there's about a 30-second delay. Looks like we got quite a bit of people coming in here now. Yep. Your personal driver, what's going on? Hey, Frank. If it says offline, don't sweat it. It'll take care of itself here in just a few seconds. The stream's looking good on my end. I picked a bad time to do a live stream, right? Because at least Central Standard Time, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning right now. So, you know, rush hour for drivers about to pick up here. Your driver, Mike. Yeah. No, I really did I was out at Spencer's and I got a bunch of stuff. They were having like a buy one, get one 50% off type thing. So I bought hats, I bought Metallica mugs, Metallica shirts. Looks like we got some people joining now. I always kind of do this little delay thing when we start out because I want to make sure we get everybody that's going to be here, you know, as many as possible in here before we start talking about the subject. Got a lot of popular names in here. Impressive. How's it going from Dallas? Julio. I may be a victim of the Uber hack. We'll see. Yeah, I'm still waiting to find out if I was involved, you know, with that whole hack too. What's up, Mike in New York City? Swiss Cheezu. Interesting. See, I put the comments, which one? Up here? Nope. Up here. Yeah, I put the comments right here so you guys can read along. What's up, everybody? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start jumping into this. So, you know, forgive me if I'm not answering all your comments right away, but I actually saw an article, and I'm going to give a shout out to Harry Campbell, the rideshare guy. Definitely check him out, therideshareguy.com, and I believe it's at the rideshare guy on Twitter. Buy a Tesla. You know, if we have time, I may talk about Tesla because I'm actually considering getting a Tesla 3. But anyway, what I want to talk about is this article that I read on Harry Campbell's site, the Rideshare Guy. Again, shout out to him because I haven't seen any other articles that were, you know, quite as thorough, I guess I should say, as his. There's a shadow behind you. It's fine with me. It's not going to hurt me any. So here's the thing that really got my attention. And this isn't it's not Harry Campbell's article that got my attention. This whole thing with Softbank and this data breach, a new CEO, it's all encumbersome. This entire situation has been painting a really scary picture, at least to me and probably to a lot of other people as well. I saw this article by Harry Campbell, and I was like, okay, I'm not exactly sure where Harry got all of his data from, and I'm not going to ask. I mean, I've got some people that talk to me. He's got some people that talk to him, and, you know, we don't reveal who these people are, and we can't verify necessarily that all of this information is 100% true. We just go by off what our trusted sources tell us. So, looking at the comments real quick. All right. Hey, everybody. So we got 90 people watching. That's pretty good considering, you know, for a lot of people, this is about to hit rush hour. I don't want to take too much of your time unless you want me to. Sleeping Elephant, thank you for the super chat. From Metallica, see? And Metallica, I'm like $20 away from paying this sucker off. $20 more in super chat, and this hat's paid for. All right, so here's what's really scary when you look back at the beginning of all the drama that started with Travis Kalanick, right? Um, and then okay, Travis has moved out. We got a new CEO in. So that's the first sign of major trouble. Obviously, I mean, really, the first sign of trouble was all of the lawsuits, all of the issues that started popping up out of the woodwork, really surrounding Uber. Then you end up with Travis being taken off the office, not off the board, but taken off as CEO. Then you get a new CEO. Then Uber starts really trying to change things around to benefit drivers, with all the things they did for 180 days of change, which I thought was pretty cool. And then this stuff starts coming up. On the final day of 180 days of change, and this whole deal with Softbank has just been, it's felt a little off to me. Then on the final day of 180 days of change, boom, a bomb gets dropped on everybody, saying that basically, what was it? 7. I can't remember the statistics. Isn't that horrible? Wasn't it? I think it was 7 million drivers worldwide had at least their driver's license information accessed, and we don't really know. And then Uber paid them off, and then there was some ungodly number of 40 something million riders worldwide that got their information hacked into as well. And then Uber paid this company off and didn't report it. Now, this is a huge deal on a lot of levels. This is something that I definitely wanted to bring up, and I don't know if it's been talked about elsewhere or not, but I want to talk about it here. This is a major deal. This isn't like, all right, they had just finished negotiating with the FTC here in the United States, right? They got fined, I believe it was $20,000 for privacy violation issues. So they just got fined from the FTC here, and then behind closed doors, they already knew about this other hack, but they didn't want to disclose that yet because they were negotiating with the FTC on a previous issue. So here's what we have. We have Uber covering up, paying off people that created this cyber attack, the people that actually did the cyber attack, paid them off. Something like $100,000 is what was said. Now that I can't verify any or all. I'm telling you what I've read, what I've heard. I don't want to get sued into oblivion myself. All right, but with all of this stuff happening, this is not a deal of Uber just pissed off the United States. Okay, Uber screwed up big. They already. I mean, I know they're appealing. I think the license revocation in London, but this is just letting everybody know Uber is not trusted by regulators already. All right, regulators don't trust Uber, and Uber screwed up not just in America. They screwed up worldwide. I mean, I don't know what the laws are in every country around the world, but Uber failed to disclose information that's required to be disclosed to federal agencies around the world. So they're not just going to get hit by the United States. And believe me, the United States is probably going to hit them hard, considering they already were dealing with this. And while they were negotiating these privacy issues with the FTC on this $20,000 with no fault admitted, they had another attack that they completely covered up. So America's gonna be on top of them. But that's not all. You've got all these other regulators in all these other countries that are probably going to be hitting Uber really hard in the pocketbook, and some may actually shut them down. So what happens when Uber loses one of these markets? Because if any of these markets get taken away, hey, Uber is losing money at a rate of approximately $2 billion a year. All right, that's a lot of money. So if they start losing market share, that's going to really, really hurt them in the pocketbook. If they get fined large sums of money from different agencies around the world, this stuff is quickly going to add up to the point to where, what's Uber going to do? I mean, don't get me wrong, Uber's valued at $68 billion, but they don't have $68 billion. That's what they're valued at. And they're burning approximately $2 billion a year in losses from driver subsidies and passenger subsidies, et cetera, et cetera. Sorry, reading some comments real quick. Uber will eventually run out of money, but that is where Softbank comes in. So Softbank is offering, it's not a done deal yet. It's pretty much done, but it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood $10 billion. Now, $10 billion, that sounds great. But the problem is, Uber's not getting the $10 billion or 11, whatever it's going to be. Uber is getting $1 billion. Now, let me tell you the part that really scares me. Aside from everything else that I just told you, the part that is really scary is out of that $10 billion, Uber gets one. And Harry Campbell pointed out on his website, that's going to last Uber 4 or 5 months. That's it. 4 to 5 months. That's not even the scariest part. The scariest part is where the rest of the money's going. The rest of the money, $9 billion or $10 billion, that money is going to buy out the current shareholders and not at the $68 billion valuation. They are going to take a hit. The shareholders are selling out at a $50 billion valuation. That's a loss of $18 billion. Now, these shareholders, these are people that have invested their money because they're smart. They know what they're doing. They have a lot of money, and they know a good investment when they see it. Why are they pulling out of Uber now? Why are these investors that have been here pushing through, watching their money get bigger and bigger, suddenly going, you know what? I think it's time we need to leave. And they're going to sell at a lower valuation than they should. But I mean, when you look at all of the drama surrounding Uber right now, you can't really blame them. I mean, I'm not a billionaire, not a millionaire, probably never will be, but I would be seriously concerned at this point if this was my money. And if someone offered me, and you know what? These don't feel bad for these guys and gals. They're still making a killer profit. All right, they're making plenty of money on this deal, but I would jump out of this as well. I would leave because this could get ugly. And for the first time in the history of me covering Uber, I see the potential for Uber to be shut down. And it scares me. Because, I mean, a lot of people, I know, hey, I'm all for Lyft too, but I'm for Lyft and Uber. I really think they're good for each other. Competition is great. I don't think Lyft should exist without Uber. I don't think Uber should exist without Lyft. So it scares me thinking that, I would have never guessed that there would even be a possibility that Lyft could go under. That Uber could go under, and Lyft could take over the world. Like, not ever, never. And it's definitely scary to me. I mean, I know a lot of people have said, Uberman, you're a fanboy, you're a shill, you're an Uber employee. Whatever. I'm over all that shit. I don't care about none of that anymore. Here's the thing. Uber legitimately changed my life. All right? Uber gave me the tools. Uber gave me the vessel to go from a single divorced man that lost a 6-figure income, lost 4 properties in a divorce, all right, lost his ass, was living in a trailer. I'm talking about myself, for those of you that haven't figured it out yet. Uber took me from basically, I lost everything and had no idea what I was going to. When you don't have a college education and you have been a sole proprietor running a 6-figure business for almost a decade, and suddenly you find yourself with nothing, living in a trailer, it's depressing, all right? It hurts deep inside. And when I found that advertisement for Uber on Facebook, and I got that job, keep in mind rates back then were over $2.25 a mile. Okay, so Uber paid very well. Uber changed my life. Uber gave me the ability to be my own boss again, to continue with that entrepreneurial, that I don't even think I said that right. Hey, whatever. Entrepreneurial mentality. All right, Uber gave me my life back. That is why I love Uber. It's not because Uber pays me. It's not. In fact, Uber doesn't pay me anymore, to be quite honest with you guys. I should show you. In fact, maybe at the end of the year, I'll show you. Last year, I did like $50,000 in Uber referrals. Oh, it's a joke this year, guys. And I'm still doing these videos. All right. Just goes to show these videos aren't being done because of my referral bonuses. It's a joke. I mean, I think last week I got $50. This week I'll get nothing. The week before, I don't think I got anything. The referrals are gone, man. Referrals are gone. I do this because this is what I love doing. And, I'm always going to have a love for Uber because they really did change my life. Uber did. Uber allowed me to, kind of pick up where I left off, continue being my own boss, make as much money as I want or as little money as I want, take vacations when I want. Uber changed my life. And that is why I've always been such a fanboy for Uber, because they truly changed my life. And I love what Uber used to be. I love what Uber could be. But I can't say that I love what they're doing right now, what's happening today. And I know I'm missing a lot of your comments, and I'm definitely sorry about that. But hopefully you guys are having a good time talking amongst yourselves for a minute while I go on about this. I see a future where it is possible that Uber doesn't exist anymore. This $10 billion deal is great for now, but Uber is only going to see $1 billion of it. The rest of the money is going to go to shareholders that are bouncing. Why are they bouncing? These are the inner circle people. These are the people that know what's going on. And I'm going to share one other piece of information with you that I don't believe you'll find in any article. But before I do, I need to make it very clear. This is not confirmed by me. This is something that all I can say is somebody told me, who I believe to be a reliable source, who I cannot disclose, obviously. Let me ask you guys something. When is the last time you saw Ariana Huffington doing anything with Uber? Promoting Uber? Talking about Uber? I can't find anything. I Googled it, because when I was told this information, I was like, that's interesting. Let me check. I Googled it. Can't find shit. Now, again, I want to make this very clear. I don't know that this is fact. I don't know if this is, fake. I don't know for sure. But it's something that was passed on to me. And when I did look this up on Google, I noticed, it really doesn't look like Ariana Huffington has been doing much with Uber at all. Why? What's happening within Uber, where it's like on the outside it may appear Uber seems to be doing, they seem to be doing all right, aside from all the lawsuits and this cover up. But I was told that Ariana Huffington was told by her lawyers to distance herself from Uber, and she did so by giving up her seat on the board. Now, again, I cannot confirm this. I don't know that this is fact, okay? It could be a complete made-up BS story for all I know, but I'm sharing it with you because it could definitely be legit. And that really makes you wonder what is happening on the inside where investors are bouncing, walking away. What's happening if Ariana gave up her seat on the board? Things seem pretty hectic to me. And this whole thing is just bad. Oops, I didn't mean to bump the mic. Sorry about that, guys. This whole thing is bothersome to me. Now, I personally hope Uber pulls through. I keep bumping the damn microphone. I hope Uber pulls through. I hope things continue changing for drivers. I know a lot of people are still pissed off because they don't feel that 180 days of change did enough. But let me tell you something. I still believe that Uber didn't have to do shit. All right? Nobody put a gun to Uber's head and said, you're going to do better by the drivers. No, nobody said that. Uber, I'm not sure Uber really had much of a choice because drivers were getting fed up. But I think Uber's done a lot so far. And I think there's a lot more that they could do. And I do believe that there's going to be more changes coming in the future. Just probably not as organized as they were over the 180 days of change. At least I hope there are going to be more changes to come. I think Uber's going to continue working on this because if they don't, there's just going to be more fallout from drivers. And they can't have that. And here's another thing. Here's something else. I can't remember where I saw this. It may have been on Harry Campbell's blog. I can't remember. But I've had a lot of drivers saying, hey, all they got to do is raise the rates. In fact, it was Harry Campbell. But now, I knew about this before Harry Campbell, but I can't talk about it. So I'm going to reference his article because that is something that I had no contributing portion of. That was all done by him. And since it's public, I can talk about that. Raising the rates won't work. All right. And I've known this for a long time, but unfortunately, I have not been able to talk about it. Because Harry pointed it out, I can talk about it. Raising the rates it sounds like such a simple way of fixing the problem. Drivers want more money, raise the rates. No, that's not how it works. How it actually, sorry, my dog's making noise. God, I think it was Harry Campbell. I can't remember where I heard this from now. But anyway, Uberman has been bought. Yeah, go fuck yourself. All right. Yeah, Uberman's been bought by Uber, and I'm sitting here talking about all this. Come on, get a life. Well, hey, this deal with Softbank is going to revoke Travis Kalanick's super voting power on the board. So that's one of the stipulations to this deal going through, is that Travis Kalanick's super voting power be revoked. So, but anyway, raising the rates would cause a huge upset in the marketplace. And the marketplace is very delicate. It's very fragile. So here's what happens. Let's say Uber got up one day and said, you know what, today's the day we're raising the rates. We're going to go $1.50 a mile. All right. This is an immediate problem, and this will immediately impact drivers' earnings in a negative way. And let me explain why. So people that are on the Lyft platform that are still making, let's just call it 65 cents a mile, all of those drivers from Lyft are now going to jump onto the Uber platform. All right, the passengers on the Uber platform are going to be pissed off about the rates. They're going to go over to Lyft. You see how this crisscross happens? You end up with drivers going from one platform to the next. You end up with passengers going from that platform to the other. You end up with Lyft surging, or prime time, all right, which pisses passengers off. Then you've got Uber driver. The Uber marketplace would be saturated with drivers. You think it's saturated now? Watch the rates go up and watch everybody jump from Lyft over to Uber. And you're going to see some real saturation. There will be 1 billion drivers on the road, and there will be no customers, because customers are going to move over to Lyft. But Lyft will be in prime time, and you're just going to end up with customers trying to use Lyft pissed off because of prime time. Customers that will be using Uber are going to be pissed off because the rates went up on them. This is a huge... It is no longer as simple. You guys may remember... Yeah, Uberman, you've been bought. I don't give a shit, okay? Move on, get the hell out of here. In fact, let me just bounce you right now. Tired of seeing this. Remove, will block you. Gone. All right. Well, you can disagree, and I respect your opinion, all right? Definitely respect your opinion, but this is not something I came up with, all right? This is something that people that do this for a living sat down and they researched it. They researched the market, and this was figured out by some people a hell of a lot smarter than me. All I'm capable of doing is presenting the information to you. So absolutely feel free to disagree, but back in the day, as rates started going down, and then they bring them back up slightly in some markets after the winter warm-ups. You guys may remember I used to do predictions on when the rates would go up and what they would go up to. I don't know if you've noticed, I don't do those anymore. Why? Because the rates aren't going up. They're not. At least I don't believe so. The rates aren't going to go up because it would upset the marketplace too much. You would then have, like I said, you would have a bunch of drivers from Lyft coming over to Uber. The passengers from Uber would be going over to Lyft. You'd have 1,000 drivers, no passengers. It would be a nightmare. And then Lyft would probably maybe raise the rates. And if they don't, then what's going to happen? If they don't raise the rates, they're not going to have enough drivers on their platform. If they do raise the rates to match Uber, now you're going to have a bunch of passengers on both platforms pissed off, but everything's going to level out again, right? This is a nightmare. Dropping the rates to the point where they are now, I don't see any way that it can be fixed. I don't see any way that you can raise the rates gradually, maybe gradually. But I mean, you're talking about, you would have to raise the rates so slightly that people wouldn't even hardly notice, like a few cents a mile here and there every couple 3 months. Then maybe. But there has been a lot of research, a lot of study that was put into this that says it's not doable. Raising the rates would upset the marketplace too much. This is a very, very delicate market, and the slightest change has a huge impact. Lyft raised rates 81 cents in Atlanta. That's pretty impressive. Aptpreneur, good to see you here. Uber can't get rid of Pool, and Lyft can't get rid of Line. Uber Pool, according to my research in the past, accounted for something like a quarter. I don't know if that's still true, if it ever was, but from what I researched in the past, Uber Pool was something like 25% of Uber's revenue. So Pool's not going anywhere. Pool's absolutely not going anywhere. Bullshit. Riders never bitch about surges. From Todd Brown. Yeah, let me tell you something, Todd. How long have you been driving? Because I've taken well over 5,000 trips over 4 years. I've driven in 2 states, and yeah, it's universal. Riders have bitched about surge pricing. Absolutely. In fact, I have been rated low ratings, 1 stars, because of Uber's surge pricing. So, all right, let's see. Anyway, reading some of these comments here. Yeah, the markets would adjust. I agree. The markets would adjust. I'm not saying that it's impossible to raise the rates. I'm saying that let me put it this way. Drivers everywhere, rightfully so, are bitching about the rates. I've been bitching about the rates for years. All right, as soon as Uber dropped under $1 a mile, I stopped driving regularly because it's just not worth it. Now, I understand some of you guys and gals out there, you do what you got to do to make ends meet. I understand. I'm not hating on you. Please don't hate on me either. A lot of people, a lot of people are like, oh, you don't drive anymore. I do drive. I drive enough to get out there and see what's going on, make sure I still remember how to do everything. All right. I drive enough so that I'm on top of shit. But it's something like 65 cents a mile in my market. When rates dropped below $1 a mile, I said, it's not worth it anymore. And it's not. It's not. It is not worth, in my opinion, driving for anything under $1 a mile. At least not in my particular market. Now, I know there's a lot of markets out there that pay much better than here, and that's great. No problem if your market pays well, or if your market doesn't pay well, but you feel like you're still making good money. Absolutely good for you. I'm not going to sit here and say you can't make money. You absolutely can. People do it all the time. If I strategize, which I usually, did when I drive, I could make money doing this, going out, picking certain times to drive, certain events to drive. It's not worth it to me at this point. It's a race to the bottom. Yeah, that's what they did. Uber and Lyft basically competed with one another to the bottom, which sucks. But all right, so damn, we got almost 200 people watching on here. That is crazy. I've only been driving a year and a half, and I heard passengers bitch about surges, and I've been rated. See, that's what I'm saying. Todd, like I said, Todd, I'm not saying you're wrong. Your experience obviously is going to be different from mine, but my experience in 2 separate markets, 4 cities in those 2 markets, and over 5,000 trips is surge automatically makes people hate the driver. It's like it's the driver's fault. It's not the driver's fault. It's Uber's fault. It's Lyft's fault. We didn't make the surge. You know what I mean? I used to drive during surge. I used to drive all the time during surge. But oh, Dark Road Run. Thank you, man, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Good to see you here. I see you changed your avatar. That's cool. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Your personal driver. Let me unblock your comment, dude. All right. Now, here's another thing. If you were, because upfront pricing, and I don't know how many drivers actually know upfront pricing exists. I mean, I've done videos on it, but Uber and Lyft both have such a high turnover rate. It's like every month you may have an entire new fleet of drivers out there. So here's the thing that I've noticed. When I was in New York City, I took a lot of Ubers, obviously. All right, there's no other way to get around, really, than taking an Uber in some of the same thing when I was in San Francisco. Taking rideshare is like the only way to go. And I have noticed many times I talk to people, usually people recognize me, but if they don't, I talk to them and I tell, obviously, I tell them about my channel and everything. And I will show them what I paid. Well, used to. You don't have to do that anymore. But used to, I would show what I paid, and then they would show what they got. When you look at it now, when you look at the fare breakdown now, you know, Uber takes, I'm still grandfathered in at 20%. But regardless, what is with the beanie? I picked it up today along with some other hats and clothes and stuff that I got from Spencer's. I love Metallica. I don't wear beanies often, but I have been known to wear beanies on occasion. I've got 2 or 3 of them. Anyway, now I lost my train of thought. Where was I? Somebody... I caught a comment and it totally tossed my train of thought, man. Oh, yeah, I know where it was. So, Uber is supposed to take approximately 20-25%, you know, depending on market, depending on whether you're grandfathered in or not, whatever. But if you take a close look at the fare breakdown, it really is more like 50%. When you consider, and I know there's some debates on there about, well, the booking fee counts, the booking fee doesn't count, it does count, it doesn't count. You know, when you count the booking fee, when you count the upfront pricing that passengers are paying, and then you're counting what you're paying for your portion of the fare to them, you know, it really does come out. Nam Lee, thank you. I appreciate that. I did not use Juno in New York City. I did not. I probably should have tried, but I'm a little upset with Juno because I went through a lot of trouble to promote them, and then they sold out, and I've never heard any. Juno has never even contacted me, so I'm not real happy with them. Gus, thank you. Miami market, too many drivers, not enough demand. That, Gus, that is the way it is in a lot of markets now. It is, it's almost like fighting for scraps. Now, again, I'm not saying that there's no money. There's a lot of markets people are making good money in, but there's also a lot of markets that drivers can't seem to make any money at all. Sorry, reading some more comments here. So, agree, Surge is problematic and counterproductive in current form. They need to modify it, cap it, never be clearer than taxi. No booking fee in New York City. Huh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Do you still work for Mystro? Yes, I still work for Mystro. We need Juno in Miami. All right. Your personal driver says I get kicked out a lot. Okay, so here's the deal. This whole thing with Softbank, with Travis Kalanick, with the new CEO, with this whole who knows what's going to happen worldwide from it's a scandal. You know, that's what it is. It was a massive cover up. Who knows if anybody's information is going to get used? From what we understand, it's just driver's license numbers, right? So really, I don't know how much information you're going to get from that, how much damage that can do, but it's still a massive cover-up. There's a lot going on at Uber. Shareholders are selling out at a lower valuation than I would have expected them to. And then you still have all these other pending lawsuits. So as far as I'm concerned, it's scary times for Uber. I hope they pull through. I hope things clear up. I hope the new CEO is genuine. I feel that he is. I actually had the opportunity to meet him. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time. I mean, I actually got to see him. I was offered to meet him in person, and I could not do it. There was just too much other stuff going on. Is Tride going to expand? I think Tride's gone. I think. Gavin, I don't know if I said that right or not. Gavin, thank you, I appreciate that. Another super chat. I've not tried Rydar yet. Yeah, I got some more. I got some work I need to do. Uberman new rating is dope. I noticed that I don't get bad ratings anymore. My overall rating is going up. I may stop driving for Lyft in the coming days. Thank you, Randy, for each tutorial and video of yours. Thanks as I've become a better, more knowledgeable driver. Hey, thank you very much. You know, I can't say entrepreneur. I can't say one way or another. You know, I don't know. Well, I mean, this is one of those things we're just going to have to sit back and watch, see what happens. Jay, thank you for that. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Definitely appreciate you. And Newman2772, where did it go? It's gone. The ratings, yeah. I think the new ratings are great. I really do. I think that's next to the tipping feature. I think that may be one of my top picks for the 180 days of change. Did you get the beanie from Afterpreneur? You're showing that you're paid. Shannon. Okay, cool. I don't give a shit. All right. It's great, right? Uber, yeah. There's a lot I can't talk about, but if Uber were going to pay me, right? I wouldn't be living in this house. And don't get me wrong, this house it's not a hellhole. It's not a tore up house. It's a decent house, 1,300 or so square feet. It's not big. It's not small. It's a comfortable house for me. But if Uber was paying me, this is not the neighborhood I would live in. And this is not the house I would live in. This is probably not even the city I would live in. But you know what? I don't care. You want to say I work for Uber? I don't give a shit. I work for Uber. I work for Lyft. Who I work for everybody. Let's just do that. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I love it. Zero commissions called Holodrivers. Never heard of that. The guy that hacked me from Roadrunners. Don't know what happened to him either. Uberman, you've been bought. Yeah, that's cool. I'm not even going to bother responding to these anymore. Here's the thing. If you, all of you, every single one of you, if you personally think I've been bought, that Uber, unsubscribe from my channel. What are you still here for? If I have been bought by anybody, there's no fucking reason for you to be here watching my channel. Bounce. Leave. Go somewhere else. There's a million other channels out there that you can watch. All right? No, it's not that I'm worried about the haters. I don't give a shit. It does get frustrating. It's tiresome hearing the same thing over and over and over again. You're bought and paid for by Uber. You're bought and paid for by Lyft. How about this? How about I am open-minded? I position myself directly in the middle of everything because the middle is the best position for me to be in. You know why? If Uber buys me, right? If Uber buys me, then there would be a no-compete. Most of you probably know what that is, but the people saying I'm bought probably have no clue, okay? In the business world, you don't get to work for Uber and then do side work for Lyft. You don't get to work for Uber and do side work for Mystro. Uber owns you, all right? You don't get to bounce around working for everybody. Nobody owns me. Nobody bought me. Nobody's paid me. All right? Aside from the referral bonuses that I've gotten in the past, which, like I said, don't really exist anymore. The only place that pays me is YouTube, and it's not even that much anymore. Grayson K. Yeah, fuck off. Interesting. All right. So, anyway, now that we got that out of the way, I'm in the middle. All right, I don't want anybody to buy me because if anybody buys me, it means I can't do what I do, and that's like keep myself open to everybody else. Now, if the price was right and I was actually able to work for Uber or Lyft, and it was in a capacity that I could really make a change, that I was in a position to actually make changes where someone would listen to me, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would take that in a heartbeat because that would be like a dream job for me. But unless I'm given that kind of power where people are actually going to listen to me and understand drivers need this or drivers need that, I don't see any way that I would work for them. I really don't. Why can't you talk about certain things if you're not being paid? Well, that is a great... I love Shannon here. I love Shannon because Shannon is like a skeptic. Shannon is just sitting here trying to prove that I'm bought and paid for. Shannon, the reason that I cannot talk about these things is because I have non-disclosure agreements that prevent me from talking about them. There are some things that I'm doing, some things that are in the works that are still right in the middle of getting done that I cannot talk about because it would go against the NDA that I signed. It's that simple. There are some projects that I'm working on that are coming to fruition. They should be done in the very, very near future so they can start, being released to you guys. But until then, I can't talk about the projects, and I can't I mean, that's it. I can't say anything about the project. So, Randy, you suck my ass. Who is this? Where did it go? Right here. I gotta block this asshole. Another one gone. I wish I had somebody that could sit here and like moderate my chat room for me. That would be great. Who made you sign agreements? I can't stop asking about who or what. They are non-disclosure agreements for a reason. I can't talk about it. The highest rate per mile, Boston. Someone just asked, Orsi. Sorry if I said that wrong. Asked who has the highest rate per mile. I don't really know, but I would guess it would probably be Chicago, New York City, or San Francisco. Let me tell you, New York City's expensive. Who is this? Namely again. Love Uberman. This is my response to no one pays me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Who are your NDAs with? Didn't we already go over that? Randy, Uberman, are you worried about net neutrality killing YouTube? I am. Yeah, absolutely. Entrepreneur Uberman is getting pissed. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. But yeah, we're done with that now. Does Uber Lyft allow you to drive a Chevy Bolt electric vehicle? Chevy Bolt is a really small car, but yeah, I'm certain there's some markets where the Chevy Bolt is acceptable. Your driver, Mike, add me as a mod. Did you sign with Braziers? I'm going to pretend I don't even know what that means. New York City is not that bad. I mean, coming from Oklahoma, where I can get an Uber anywhere for a few bucks, yeah, it was kind of bad. You know, from Newark to Midtown Manhattan was, geez, like $60 ride for like a half hour. And man, out here that would have cost you like $20. Yeah. Hey, I'm not saying that New York is expensive or that it's unfair. I'm just saying that from my perspective, from what I'm used to paying, New York prices were just through the roof. Absolutely through the roof. Look, I got to show you guys this because if I don't, then I'm going to get fired. No, I'm just kidding. I don't work for Cargo. But what I love about this is every time I show this box on one of these live streams, you guys go to this website, www.cargo.menu. Then you enter this number 4901. And you guys start getting free stuff out of here, which you don't really get because it's, yeah. You've got to check out Cargo. For those of you that are in the markets Cargo exists in, I think they're in 4 markets right now. Go check out Cargo. In fact, I'm going to put a link in the chat box here in just a second so you can try to sign up. Yes, obviously, I do get paid. If you guys go to this website and order stuff, even if you don't actually get it because you're not a passenger in my car, you can just try this out. I get, I don't know, $1 or something per whatever. So the more people that jump on here and order stuff, like, the more money they give me, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to drop a link here in just a second. If you want to sign up for Cargo, obviously I do get it's a small referral bonus, but a referral bonus nonetheless needs to be disclosed. Actually, you cannot buy this out, but I dare you to try. I dare you to try to empty this box. I guarantee you won't be able to. Give it a shot. Whoa, come back here. All right, I'm going to grab this link for you guys real quick. Hopefully this doesn't screw up the screen too much. Give me just a moment. I know I'm going to lose viewers here because they're like, you're not even saying anything. But I want to get you this link because Cargo is a great way to make yourself some extra money. And it makes myself some extra money too. But let me see if I can find this link real quick. There we go. Copy link to clipboard. Let's drop this down. Oh, Dark Road Run. How's your mom? Hope she's doing well. She's actually in Oklahoma now, and she's doing well. Thank you, Dark Road. I appreciate that. Here is the link to Cargo. I just dropped it down there for you guys. Go check it out. Is 75 worst you've heard of? If you're talking about 75 cents, no. Detroit was actually, hey, your personal driver, take care, man. Thank you, Uber757. Damn, I keep hitting that microphone. The worst I ever heard was Detroit, which was 30 cents a mile at one point. Yeah, absolutely horrible. Super chat yourself to pin the link on the screen. Can I do that? Can I actually do that? Do I want to do that? Do I want to pin? Surely I can just pin the link, right? Is there a way to pin the link? Let me see. No, there's not. Unless I super chat it. I don't want to do that. That's I don't want to pay to post my link up there. I'll just post it again, you know, from time to time. All right, so anyway, now that I got all the, you know, we've obviously already gone through the majority of the BS that I wanted to talk about. Ariana Huffington, you know, the rumor anyway is what I should call it. That I thought was really, really interesting. And if you're in Oklahoma, sign up for Cargo so we can get it here. 60 cents a mile in Charlotte. See, that's bad. Like 60 cents a mile, I'm pretty sure that's close to what it is here in Oklahoma City. Oh, Frank used my link and got his cargo box in New Jersey. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good to hear it. How do you get cheap shares? Cheap shares of what exactly? Which color of Mustang did you like more, red or silver? That's difficult. I loved the red when I had it, but the silver, it grew on me. I love the silver. Hey, Uberan, you're the best from Santa Barbara, $1.04 a mile. Thank you, I appreciate that. Boy, this 4K monitor, it's hard to read. The Armenian for life. Thank you, I appreciate that. I wish I got paid for everyone I refer to Uber. Hey, you know what? I had a good run referring people, you know, and that's over with now. I don't care. I don't care. You know, I've always done this because I loved it. It was just awesome that I was getting paid pretty good money to do it as well. But, you know, for all the people back in the day that said, oh, he only does this for the referral money, I always, at the end of the year, always do a video showing you how much I made and where I made the money from. I'm fully transparent. Every single year I show you guys this stuff. So, you know, I'm going to show it again, and you'll see that I didn't make near what I made in referrals last year. And here I am, still doing these videos. Yeah, Uber and Softbank deal, we actually already covered that. We already went over all of that. Kevin, why do you sign NDAs? Okay. I'm assuming this is a legitimate question. An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement, and you sign those when there is confidential information that you are given to do a project or complete a task. I hate 4K, melts my eyes, yeah. Well, my whole computer is now set up on 4K full-time, so... yeah, non-disclosure agreements are necessary. I've had NDAs with a lot of companies. A lot of companies that have told me confidential information that I cannot repeat, or shown me confidential paperwork that can't be shown or repeated to others. Is Cargo in OZ? Where's OZ? What is that? And thank you, Gavin, for the super chat. Appreciate that. Anyway, NDAs are just a part of business. I've been doing this a long time, and I've signed many NDAs, even with companies I wasn't actually getting paid for. If a company says, hey, we're interested in you doing something for us like this or that, they send you an NDA, and that prevents you from being able to tell anybody about it, talk about it at all. Shannon, the fact you've signed any NDA undercuts your credibility. Well, Shannon, something tells me you're not a businessman and you probably don't belong here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove you from here. I don't think you understand what it's like to, you know, my channel's small, 40,000 subscribers. It's not a big channel, but I'm one of the leading people in this industry, and I've been around longer than I think everybody else. So, all of those things considered, I'm the person just about everybody goes to when they want to talk about something, when there's a project, that needs to be looked at or worked on. I'm usually contacted about it. And always, every single time, there is an NDA involved because they don't want you doing what I do. And I talk to people. They don't want me taking that information and spilling it to the world until there's a time for it. All right, see, in business, there's a time for everything. Everything is structured. Everything is released at a certain time, and an NDA prevents you from blurting out all this information before the appropriate time. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this Shannon because, hey, asking questions and stuff is fine, but when you start talking about my credibility, you can go fuck yourself. So there's that. Gone. Won't have to deal with him anymore. Katie doesn't believe you're doing this live. It is absolutely live. Absolutely live. Yeah. Hi, Katie. It's live. I mean, there's like a 30-second delay or whatever. I just posted that link again for you guys to go check it out and try to sign up. How would it go on blockchain? I don't know. I don't know much about blockchain. I don't know much about Bitcoin, although I've been kind of interested in maybe looking into it. But, yeah. One more time, the cargo box. Go check it out and order as much free stuff as you want because almost everything is free. My box is getting refilled. I ran out of product. It all got sold. So they're shipping me some new products. So next time I show this box, there'll actually be stuff in it. www.cargo.menu. Use the code 4901 and you'll get a list of all the new stuff they added to my box, which you will not see here. But all of the stuff. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Nice reflection. Order as much free crap as you want. I love Cargo, and I'm really thankful that they sent me this box because, number one, people ordering through it pays me money, but I don't pay anything for the box. I don't pay anything for the product, okay? I don't know if I really explained what Cargo is. I'm just run through it real quick. They give you everything for free. They ship the product. When you run low, they automatically ship you more product to your house for free. You don't pay for anything. Now, you don't get paid a lot, but the more product you sell through your car or you even give away, because a lot of this stuff is absolutely free to your passengers, they pay you for it regardless. Plus, it's cool looking, and there are charger ports on it. It lights up. It's an awesome idea. And I told them that, Cargo was a great idea. It's something that's definitely taken off, and it'll continue to. But NDAs are what I dealt with in the Navy. Yeah. I was in the Navy too. Did I see the new Justice League? No, I did not. We need to remember we are an independent business owner. If you don't have a hustle while you're driving, then you are not street smart. See, I agree. And you know what? I've said as far back as I can remember. Let's see what else we got going on here. Referral rates dropped. Oh, yeah, referral rates are done. Referral rates are done. Grayson, thank you. Okay, there's so many comments. It's so hard to keep up with all you guys, but I'm doing my best. Put this back in here. Okay, so Uber, I think in most scenarios, is a great side hustle. Lyft too. I keep forgetting that I'm on the Lyft platform. It's been so long getting denied that I forget that I'm still on the Lyft platform. But I think ride sharing in general, for the majority of people, is a great side hustle. I don't think it should be a full-time job. I really don't. Now, with that being said, I think if you can make it your full-time job and it works for you and you understand business. See, that's the thing. I think a lot of people don't understand profit and loss, and I think a lot of people neglect the cost of maintenance because you're getting a paycheck every week, but you don't realize that in 6 months you're going to be shelling out $400, $500, $600 for tires or $300 for brakes or this and that. As long as you understand profit and loss, you understand the basics of business, and you're capable of figuring out what your maintenance costs are going to be, what your gas cost is versus what you're actually getting paid to verify, to actually make sure you're making money, go for it. Then again, if you're losing money, Not necessarily a bad thing either. If you've got another job and you're making pretty good money and you want, or even if you're not, okay, it doesn't matter. If you have a crappy job that you're just doing to get by and you don't want to pay taxes, hey, Uber is great for that too, because you can lose your ass driving around on Uber, right? On paper, on taxes. The miles add up. You can offset the money you're paying into taxes through your regular job by the mileage deduction with Uber. It's great. Uber and Lyft are great for a lot of different things. All right, let's see. Uber is below minimum wage. In some places, that's true. In other places, no. You know, there are some places. I see people from San Francisco regularly posting in the Uberman driver network. These people are making $2,500, $2,600 a week. Now, of course, the cost of living in San Francisco is ridiculous, so you got to make that kind of money. But people do make a lot of money on Uber. It just depends on where they're at. Oh, I wish I could pronounce your name because I know I'm going to screw it up, so forgive me, but Javanati C? NDA is common in business. Yeah, it absolutely is. I've done them all the time, like I said. Is common business practice. Absolutely, absolutely. You don't want a lot of people knowing your business and then going out and spreading it around. You know, a lot of things in business you want to keep private, understandably. And I do my best for the most part to keep what I do very open and transparent with you guys, unless I'm not allowed to. And in some cases, I'm not allowed to. And if you feel that undercuts my credibility, hey, then you know that's fine. But I'd like to say this: how many YouTubers show you their complete earnings, fully transparent, from their referrals through Uber, referrals through Lyft, referrals through Daily Pay, YouTube payouts? I even went so far last year as to show you my Google AdSense, like to show you exactly what I made. I show you people everything that I'm allowed to. Now, if I'm not allowed to show you something, man, I'm sorry. You know, I can't do it all. But everything I'm allowed to, I absolutely show you. And I've been that way from day one. I've always wanted to be open and transparent with you guys. Cargo's pretty cool. Yeah. I think cargo is awesome, especially because like a lot of the stuff in it is free. And drivers don't have to pay for it. So, you know, that works out really well. You know, when you get to make money for something that you didn't have to pay for, you have no overhead, it's a good deal in my opinion. You're driving lots of overtime hours to make that money. Yeah, I don't doubt that. 100 hours a week, absolutely. Just had a rider, had no clue where he was going. We just drove on surge. I've had that happen too. And that's great. You know, you get surge pricing and the passenger don't know where they're going. Hey, just talk and drive them around, man. Collect that money. You banned Shannon because Yippee had no real response. He understands business and NDAs. He owns a business and since he was a teenager. Why not address what he said? X instead of banning. Oh, something tells me Stacy is actually... What was that guy's name again? I already forgot. Shannon. Stacy is Shannon. Yeah. No, we're going to ban you because I've answered everything I'm going to answer. I've told you everything I'm going to tell you. If you own a business, Shannon or Stacy, then you understand what an NDA is and you understand why they exist. And if you don't, I'm not going to have you sitting on my channel questioning my integrity. It's a waste of time. Jesus. I swear some people have like no life. Grace and K, you show us almost too much. Thanks. I was wondering what your earnings were, not to be creepy. Hey, it's no problem. I got no problem showing people what I make. And the main reason I do it is not so that you want to drive for Uber, because obviously the majority of my money does not come from Uber. I do it because a lot of you guys and gals out there are quite capable of doing the same thing I did. You're capable of making a video, getting on the internet. All you need is a webcam and a microphone and a computer. In fact, you don't even need that. You got a smartphone? Of course you do. You do Uber. Use your smartphone. There is a lot of money to be made out here. And I did a whole series about how I made $100,000 on YouTube. I did that because this is something the majority of you should be capable of doing. YouTube is big enough for everybody. You know, when people ask me, hey, do you see some of these people as your competition? No, I don't see anybody on here as my competition, because YouTube, it's almost infinite. There's enough room on YouTube for everybody to, because Okay, great. I talk about Uber for the most part, but I talk about Uber from my perspective. You have a completely different perspective. You have a different story to tell. You've had a different experience with ride sharing than I've had. You've encountered things that I have not. I have encountered things you have not. Therefore, I believe that YouTube is big enough for everybody. And the more we can all get together, make videos, and talk about things to other people that are trying to learn how to drive, the better off everybody's going to be. There's plenty of room and plenty of money for everybody to do this. That is why I'm transparent with my earnings, because I'm hoping that it will encourage some of you to go out there and start your own channel and share your story with us. And, you'll catch me watching some of your channels. You will, and you'll catch me subscribing to a few of them, too. What up, yo? Respect to brand. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Survey Sat, I think, Saddle? Sorry. I watch a lot of channels and no one has shown their actual earnings. And that's a good point. Before I decided to show my earnings, I was going through people that had millions of subscribers because I was curious how my little channel compares to some of these bigger ones. And when I found out, according to them, because they don't show their earnings, but they talk about them and they say, once you reach 100,000 subscribers, you can pay your rent. And it blew me away because I only have 40,000 subscribers and I make about 3 times my rent. Now, with that being said, I did get a phone call from YouTube, and YouTube called me and they said, you have a spectacular channel. Viewer retention is great. People actually watch your videos, and apparently they listen to what you have to say. I'm guessing, from the way the lady talked that called me from YouTube, it's not normal for people to actually listen to the videos. They watch a few seconds or a few minutes, they bounce, and they're done. So that really got me intrigued. I started really digging into it, and when you look at people's channels, they don't show you what they make. They won't let you see their AdSense account. They won't let you see how much they really make. They don't show you all the referral money. And I don't understand. Why not? Why? What do you have to hide? I don't have anything to hide. So, my business is wide open. I feel that being transparent and honest with my viewers and my subscribers is not only beneficial for you guys to know what I make and where I make my money, but it's beneficial to me because it builds a mutual trust. I have to trust you to show you my income. It's not something a lot of people are comfortable doing. And because I show you my income, it helps you to trust me. So we both gain from this. How do you get paid from YouTube? Just through Google AdSense. YouTube pays you for doing videos. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. Gavin, Uberman, please stop feeding the trolls. Answer a quick question, please. I've super chatted and asked 3 times and still not answered. Gavin, what was your question? Hold on. And your driver, Mike, thanks again for all the hard work. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Maybe the YouTube lady loves you. Can you talk about taxes and how we get our tax returns from spending on car payments, insurance, cell phone bills? I've actually done videos about that, and rather than get into taxes, which could take the rest of the night here, I would recommend you jump back on my channel and just type in taxes. On my channel, type in taxes, and you should find an entire playlist dedicated to taxes. Should be able to answer anything. In fact, I've already done a segment on taxes for this year, so definitely check that out. Cargo is a way to drive around watching chocolate melt. Okay. Where did Gavin go? Or Gavin? Because I saw those super chats. I thought I answered your questions, and I'm not seeing them. I'm trying to scroll back to go through them. I definitely want to answer your question, but I am not. We're going way back here, and I'm just not seeing anything. I feel horrible. I thought I answered it. Is cargo in OZ? That must be your question. I don't know what is OZ. Can someone tell me what OZ is? I don't know. Hey, Uberman, why on the Uber app last week it said Uber on? It said Uber on? Really? Huh. I'm pretty sure I created Uber on many, many years ago. If you did YouTube videos and didn't get paid, you need to make sure you set up a Google AdSense account and you monetize your videos. Josh, thank you. What's your main source of income? That's complicated. My main source of income is all the different revenue streams that come from this YouTube channel. This is my main job. This is what I do. I have seen Uber Mike New York City. Yep, I sure have. When you're listening to Uberman say he makes 3 times his rent and now you feel like a YouTube star, stay tuned. Namely, have you heard of an app, Maven? Yes, I have. If I remember right, Maven is sort of like a car rental service, right? If that's the case, I have heard of it. I just haven't done a lot of research into it yet. I believe it's still really, really small, but they're working on that. There is a limit. I think it's I can't remember if it's 1,000 or 10,000 before they'll start paying you, but yeah. No problem. Have you trade-marketed that? I should have. And then I could have sold it to Uber. Uber off. Mike from Atlanta. My handle is surveys. What's up? Brian Do. Let's talk about the Tesla. Oh, the Tesla. And of course now everybody's leaving. The Tesla. Yeah. So I don't know how many of you saw the recent release of the new Tesla Roadster, right? I think it's like a 2020 Tesla Roadster. Now, there's a reason I want to talk about the Tesla because it is absolutely related to rideshare. Am I going to collaborate with any other YouTubers? You know, I've collaborated with Harry Campbell. I guess I don't collaborate much, do I? I'm not really much of a collaborating type of dude. OZ Australia. Okay. For Gavin, hopefully you're still here, you see this. I haven't seen any comments, but I do not think there is any ETA ongoing international. I think right now they're focusing on expanding in America. So sorry it took me so long to answer that, and thank you so much, 2004 Jetta, for helping me out with that. I had no clue what OZ was. Okay, so the Tesla. Do you buy into the no surge, no boost, no ride mentality most drivers are having? No, I don't. I think surge and boost and stuff's pretty cool. Oh, so many comments coming through. First time driving since February, made $49 in 3 rides. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. In fact, I do plan on going out there and driving it again in the very near future. Okay, I'm going to talk about the Tesla because we got people dropping off of here. We had over 200. We're down to 122 now. Not that I can blame because this thing has just gone on and on and on. But the Tesla Model 3, the reason I'm interested in getting it, and I'll probably look into doing that once I'm ready to retire my Chevy Cruze. If you get it, Chris Fix, he's local to me? I didn't know that. See, getting sidetracked again. The Tesla 3, as long as you order it with the autopilot, Tesla 3s are being designed for rideshare. And I don't know how many people know that, but they publicly disclosed this when they were talking about... Oh, Gavin, thank you. All right, Gavin, thank you for that, and thank you for another super chat. I appreciate that. Okay, so the Model 3, when equipped with autopilot, will be enabled automatically on Tesla's autonomous fleet in the future. So for those of you that go out and you buy this Model 3, this car, say you go to work, and instead of your car sitting at work all day, you can send your car out to make money. And yes, it's equipped with new hardware, new software. It's got cameras inside the car. So while this isn't something that's going to happen today or this year or next, I would say in the very near future, people that invest in these Model 3s with autopilot will be able to send these cars out to work for them when they're not even working. They can work all day, all night. Now, I know there's limitations on battery life and they will have to be charged, but Tesla will increase the number of superchargers across the country, obviously, once they really start pushing this. Held for review. Say drive Uber and Lyft. Do I think we're? I'll get into the self-driving cars in just a minute. Then I'll get it. But the reason I'm interested in the Tesla 3 is because I do believe autonomous cars are coming. I do, and the fact that Uber has purchased something like 24,000 of them, while that's a small number in comparison to the number of drivers on the road, it's still significant because this means that the technology is moving forward. So, yes, I do believe eventually drivers are screwed. Truck drivers as well. Truck drivers are going to be screwed. And limo drivers, taxi drivers, rideshare drivers. Yeah, everybody eventually is going to get screwed because self-driving cars at some point are really going to start taking over the market. Now, if you want to beat that, if you want to stay ahead of the game, you're going to get in on this somehow. Now, unfortunately, there's really no other avenues other than purchasing a Tesla 3 so that you can be on Tesla's platform when they launch. So then your car can actually work for you, and you can still be in the rideshare game without even having to drive your car. And at a price point of what are they, like $35,000? I don't know if that includes autopilot or not, or how much autopilot costs as an add-on. But very, very cheap car for what you're getting, and especially if it's capable of going out and driving around and making you money when you're not using it. Tesla is losing money, bro. They're spending about $8,000 every hour a minute. Hey, you know what? That's great. Uber's losing money too, something like $2 billion a year. So I mean, apparently that's how this works now. They're losing money up front because the prize comes later, not right now, and that's something that seems to be understood by the investors. Is you're going to spend a lot of money up front right now to build the infrastructure to support the product that they're actually promoting, which is not here yet. What did I miss? I'm going to become an alcoholic when I lose my job. Yeah, a lot of people probably will. If I see Uber self-driving cars, I'm slashing the tires. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that, I wouldn't recommend, damaging people's cars or anything like that. Or you think about trading the Chevy for a Model 3. Sadly, with the Model 3, is $35,000 or so, and my Chevy Cruze is worth maybe $6,000. I don't know if it'd even be worth trading in, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see as time goes on. This isn't something I'm planning on doing like this year or anything, or probably not even next year either. But anyway, I'm gonna drop this link one more time about cargo. One more. Self-driving cars are 20 years away because the entire road infrastructure needs to be updated. I don't know. I'm gonna respectfully disagree with that. Uber's losing money because, contrary to popular belief, everybody thinks that Uber's hogging money and they're making tons of money off of drivers. They're actually not. It's well known that Uber is losing money, and the majority of their money is being lost to passenger incentives as well as driver incentives, basically meaning that Uber is paying for things like Quest bonuses or passenger discounts on rides to gain customer base and to keep drivers. They're shelling out so much money to drivers and passengers that they're actually not making any money on the rides that are coming through. That's what's going on with that. Yeah, definitely. If you're making money now, make as much as possible and put it up, or invest in something else, I think. All right, I think we're about done. We're down to 100 people. One last time, check out Cargo if you haven't already. www.cargo.menu. Enter the 4901 so you can check out all the free stuff in the box. And feel free to play with it, try it out, order tons of free stuff, enjoy yourself, go crazy with it, because it will hook me up with, like 50 cents or $1 or something. But whatever, everything adds up, and I appreciate every damn dime. I appreciate you all being there and sticking with me. My voice is going out. I'm losing my voice. It's already 2:20 in the morning. I got to get to bed. Didn't end up getting a Chevy Cruze. Got a Nissan Armada. Wow, that's a big difference. Big difference. My Chevy Cruze, as most of you probably know, is still damaged from the renter on Turo that took it off-roading. Real quick update to that. Took it to the mechanic shop. They said I have 2 broken strut mounts. Both of my strut mounts are broken. Most of the underbody plastic panels are broken. Some damage to one of the tires. The damages came out to about $1,300 and change. So I sent all of that over to Toro, and I'm just waiting for Toro to get back to me, and I will definitely update you, because if I get screwed on the damages to this car, I don't see myself doing Toro anymore, and I damn sure can't promote a company that will let their... I am a perfect 5-star rated renter. That means I've been renting for years. Everyone that has rented from me has left me 5 stars. I'm a perfect renter, 100% 5 stars every time, and 100% response rate, which means anytime someone wants to rent my car, I've always rented it. I am the top partner on Toro. So if they fuck me on my car and my damages, I cannot recommend them to anybody. Because, I mean, if they would do that to me, they'll do that to you. So I'll keep you guys updated with that. Thank you, Aptopreneur. I appreciate that. I'm going to get out of here. You guys should all be ready for bed at this point, and I'm losing my damn voice. So I'm going to get out of here, but I will keep you guys updated. I appreciate all of you coming and hanging out with me tonight, and I know the conversation always gets sidetracked. We'd start out talking about one thing, and before you know it, I'm ranting about some asshole that said something on here. But anyway, we get out of here, guys. Till next time, like, comment, subscribe. Stay safe out there. Uber and Lyft on.